This time of the year, many families are accessing the internet from some vacation destination, which can make them more vulnerable to identity theft. Comcast Cable's Chris Dunkeson is here to tell us how to use the internet safely when we are away from home. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for being here this morning.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, we need to get the lowdown on this because a lot of people are planning their summer vacations right now, and we're vulnerable when we're away from home. What makes us so vulnerable?
Well, a lot of people are using the free Wi-Fi networks that hotels and restaurants offer, and that's great for finding out information, for seeing where you're going, getting directions. It's not a great place to be logging onto bank accounts or checking credit card balances. There's a lot of risk there if you're using a password on an open network.
So are you talking about mainly taking your laptops on vacation? Is that where you're...
laptops, iPads, those kind of things. If you're using a free network that doesn't require a password, you don't want to use it for anything that you wouldn't want other people to see.
Okay, so what do you recommend? How do we protect ourselves then?
Well, a couple things you can do. The best thing is to use a wired network. If you're in the hotel room, go ahead and plug into the back of your laptop.
Oh, okay.
It's much safer. It keeps it off the airwaves, and your chances of having information stolen are much less. And the other is to just use common sense. If you don't need to be logging into your 401k on vacation, don't.
Right. Yeah. You know what? Forget that stuff.
That's right.
Enjoy the vacation. And a lot of people use their cell phones to surf the internet. Now, is that safe?
It is safe.
Okay.
The key is, the biggest risk with cell phones is when you're on vacation, our smartphones today have a lot more information in them than your old cell phone that just had phone numbers. You know, a lot of times we've got bank accounts, passwords, so make sure you have a password on your cell phone. That way if it gets lost, there's no risk.
Right. Okay. And Comcast actually offers free protection for their customers. Tell us about that.
That's correct. If you're a Comcast customer, well, you get Norton AntiVirus, and you also get Constant Guard protection. And Constant Guard, in combination with Norton, gives you the ability to surf the internet safely for you and your family. Okay.
Now, when we are at home, what is the best room? Which room is the best one to keep the home computer in? Do you have a suggestion on that?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got kids, keep the computer in a public area.
Okay.
Now, we all trust our kids. We've got a lot of good kids, but let's make it as safe as we can. And that way it's in a public area where people are going to see it and know what's going on.
Okay. Now going back to some of the protection, what is Constant Guard?
Constant Guard is a new tool that's available for Comcast customers at no charge. You download it to your desktop, and it helps you safely manage passwords and internet security, and it's risk-free, and that way there's no risk when you're out on the internet that you're going to lose your passwords or if you have anybody take over your computer.
So can you give us an example of how it works? So what is your computer like if you don't have Constant Guard versus having it? How much protection does it offer?
It offers much more protection in that it gives you one-click login to where if you're going to your bank site, you can click on the Constant Guard button, it'll log you in. You can make passwords that, I always say passwords should be long and strong because a lot of people use the same password on every site. And this way you can make different passwords for different sites and really protect your information.
Okay, and does it store the passwords?
It stores the passwords, but it's encrypted to where other people, even if someone gets on your computer, they can't see it, they can't get to it.
Ah, well, that's good to know. Now, what are some of the other services that you guys offer?
We offer a wide variety of services, and the main ones include being able to get to the things that you want to surf safely. We offer wireless encryption, we've got full home coverage, the Constant Guard in Norton Internet Security Suite, and just the ability to really surf the internet, get where you want to be, and do it safely.
Now, are there any other suggestions when you are on the computer and at home and you're using wireless? How can we protect ourselves better in that regard?
You want to make sure that your wireless is set up with a password. It's not wide open to where your neighbors or people driving down the street can log in, because that's going to give them the access and information to your files and your data. So make sure you have a password on there. Make sure it's a password that's not, your birth date or your kids' names. Make it something that's a little harder to figure out. And use some symbols in there, and that way you can protect yourself while you're on the road or while you're at home.
Okay, so use symbols in the passwords.
Absolutely. Okay. That's an important one because it's a little harder to put a program on.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Good information. And of course, a lot of viewers are going to want to know more information on how they can be better protected and get in touch with Comcast. So let's go ahead and tell viewers where your service is. That is 4611 Montvale Place, Northeast Albuquerque, or 475 Coors Boulevard, Northwest, Suite 1 in Albuquerque. And you can call 505-344-0690, or there's also that 1-800 number listed there on the screen. And of course, you can go to Comcast.com for more information as well. Chris, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Very good information. A lot of people planning their summer vacation, so good stuff to know.
Thank you for having us on.
Okay. Well, don't go away. Jan Laird is cooking with fruit, and we don't mean Nikki.